My name's Ronnie Evans. They call me the connector. And what I do is connect people that have needs to people that can provide services for their needs. And so I'm excited about my first guest. Uh, so I want to introduce her. And she is a coach. Has nothing to do with the coach being my first guest, like I need one. I know people's like, yeah, he's got a coach. Yeah, okay. But anyway, it just worked that way. Jayne is her name. Now you are a coach. Now, what type of coach are you?
Okay, so I am a holistic life coach. My belief is that to transform our lives, you must transform your mind. So a lot of my practice, a lot of my work is around mindset and how the brain works, and that just by taking small steps and simple changes, it twists our habits and behaviors into healthy ones, and we can let go of those that no longer serve us. So I'm a holistic life coach. We take life as a whole, but we change our mindset to have that impact on our life.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Now, here's the good part. Now, I want to ask a couple of questions because I'm like, I have a thing and I hear it all the time. People say, you do business and support people you know, trust, and like, and that's great.
Yeah.
I like to get to know people, and I know business is business, but I want to know you. So I got a couple of questions I'd like to ask. So the first question is, if you, or let me put it this way: would you rather listen to music, read a good book, or watch a good movie?
Now, this is good, and I've taken time to really think about this because I am a lover and a passionate person for everything. My mood has a big part to play in what I decide. And I choose music. And I think a lot of it comes down to, because when I'm tired, your eyes are hurting. Actually, you can just close your eyes and you can have any mood playing in your ears or on your phone. But then if you're in a really hyper mood, and this is where I spend most of my time, really energetic, you can put any tune on, you can have a little dance, you don't have to stay in one space. So music is my choice on that question. A song, and I'm not saying that a book doesn't do this or a movie doesn't take you to a certain time in your life or a certain place, like it definitely gets your imagination going. But I think with music, ironically, I was clearing out and I had all the CDs and it kind of tells you a story of my life, like the type of music and who I thought I was growing up, clearly confused.
Oh yeah. Music changes as we change. And going back, I mean, I'm 53, so going back when I was younger, I'm like, how did I listen to that? I don't even understand what they're saying now, but I could probably say the lyrics of everything going on. So yeah, it's wild how music can change with you. So that is cool. Well, next question. Do you like the beach or the mountains?
Out of the two, I've got stories for both. But I'm going to say mountains, and I say mountains because I love the journey that it takes you to and the view that you get at the end. It takes hard work. You question why you're putting your body through some of these treks. I'm a big walker. I love trekking. I will sit there and ask myself, why am I putting my body through this? But the view at the top is always worthwhile. And yeah, you also can get lakes in the mountains, so you're near the water. It changes every season. Yeah, mountains.
No, I like that. And I like what you described about the mountains because, that's sort of like, I mean, don't need to tie this back into business, but it's the same thing. It's a challenge. We go through things and you wonder why you're doing it. But man, I remember, going hiking and getting to the top of a mountain and just looking at the beauty and saying, man, you can't see this beauty and experience this down there. And you can't describe it to somebody until you get up there and see it yourself. So you're exactly right. That is so true.
And just to go above, when it's a little bit cloudy and you're above the clouds, it's such a bizarre notion, concept. The clouds are below you, yet it's like there's a whole world that you're a part of. And yeah, it just, they're very, very magical. And I've been very fortunate to see beautiful mountain ranges, and just the feeling it gives you that, yeah, the journey's hard. If we relate it back to business, everything, you don't want an easy journey. You want it to challenge you, because you know at the end the rewards are worthwhile and you reap the benefits if you put in that time and effort. And
That's awesome. The last question, and this is sort of something that I catch myself asking myself that, and I'll explain it afterwards. But if the world would come to an end tomorrow, what would you do today?
I've been thinking about this, and I'm going to just tell you upfront what I wrote on a piece of paper. The first thing that came up. Okay, you ready? I would tell everyone, thank you for an epic life journey. I would then go to the cliff edge, jump into the ocean, and laugh my way through the day. That's what I first wrote down.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. No, I love that. That is awesome.
Especially with my coaching journey. You know, I started the official coaching journey just over a year ago, and it's had such a big impact on how I see myself and the world around me. And I've always been quite a curious person. I've always wanted to know what's around the corner, and if I put myself in this situation, what will the outcome be? But I think for me, I've learned to love myself so much and be so grateful for every single person I cross paths with, that now it's like that feeling of just jumping into the water and just being like, how epic that if my life did end, say the world did end tomorrow, that I can look back and go, I've had a great life. And I put myself in that situation. When you go into that hysterical laughter of as if we're that fortunate as human beings to literally have control over how our day goes each morning we wake up.
That is so cool. And it goes back to what you do, the mind coach. And so often everybody is your mind controls so much that we don't give it credit for.
There's a guy called Tim Galway, and he introduces the two selves, and you just explained it perfectly. And self one is very much that loud voice in our head telling us to push harder, to go harder, but he's also very, very critical. And then we have self two, which is our authentic self, but it gets affected so much by the self one. The challenge is now to quieten self one, to allow our true self to feel like we're jumping off that cliff into the water every day. And it's such an interesting journey when we start quietening self one. And we do this by trusting ourselves, going inwards, whether that's a spiritual journey, whether that's journaling and protecting our energy. You said there that when you walk into a room, you can sense who's spoken to who. But as humans, we do. The world is on vibrations, right? So if you're uptight, the effect you have on everyone around you is huge. So if you walk in positive, if you're there long enough, then you will shift people's moods. But they always say positivity is hard work, and that's why it's easy to be negative. So, big up the self too, and trust in yourself, and allow that inner person to come out, and don't worry about what other people think. Easier said than done, though, Ronnie, I have to say.
Well, yeah, but that's why you need a coach. That's why you need help.
And I know that this is why we've connected. We agree or can take very similar perspectives in how we believe that asking for help and connecting with people is a positive thing. And I think there's a movement happening that we're starting to realize that it doesn't make you a weak person or a lesser person to go, do you know what? I haven't got a clue where to even start. But I can't wait for the day that we all walk around and we're like, do you know what? Yeah, I've got a whole support network of coaches. Oh, and I'm a coach myself, because ironically, I had a client that came and went, do I even need a coach? Like, what's the point in it? And like, the thing is, if we all learn how to communicate openly and honestly and learn how to truly listen to each other, I'd be out of a job. Counselors, therapists wouldn't have jobs, because we would be able to communicate and respond and allow people to have their own feelings. We live in a world where it's terrifying to go, do you know what you've just said has hurt my feelings, but let's talk it out like adults, or not even like adults, because I think kids are epic at having honest conversations, but it's that we're so scared to tell people if they've hurt our feelings, or that, do you know what, I don't know how to complete this task at work, but I'm going to keep it in and I'm going to stress myself out so that then I'm ill because I'm so scared to go, can someone help me? Can someone just guide me and teach me that skill? Well,
and it's funny because over here, I mean, you see, Tiger Woods, he's got a coach. You take anybody that's professional that has exceeded where they're at, they've had a coach. And it's not that they're weak, or let's say this, it is that they're weak in certain things, but they're strong enough to know I'm weak in here, I'm strong here. And stay where you're strong and get the help where you need it weak. And that's what we're doing now with this new group that I'm starting. It's not a network group, it's a needs group. The whole purpose is to admit we have a need. I work with so many business owners that love to do one thing. And unfortunately, they're spending time wearing another hat, and they got 10 hats on trying to do other things. And really, not one of them is why they started the job that they started. So they're not doing what they love to do. So I'm like, hey, stop. Let's do this. Find where your weakness is or what you need help with. Let's find people that can help you. And eventually everybody does what they're good at. And boy, I think this world will be a lot better place, at least the people that hang around me, because that's all I'm for. If you want to hang around me, I want you to think straight and be happy. So let's make that happen.
Yeah. And embrace the bits that you love, right? I know I'm talking from my business side. Don't get me wrong. I think there's power in learning some of the skills yourself, but it's to learn those skills, you have to have the people that already have those skills. So whether it's that, get tips from them. You don't have to go and spend thousands upon thousands within a week of meeting someone, but actually get talking to them, because the amount of information we all share just in a conversation is mad. And then once you've learned the lingo a little bit, that's what I found. I just learn a little bit of the terminology, and then you'll know when it's the right time to go, okay, I've done the groundwork. Now I need someone to really tighten it up, neaten it so that I can just push it to the maximum. And that's where the professionals and the connections that you make will really come into their own. And suddenly you have this amazing team where you're all doing what you love and what you're good at, all supporting each other in different routes. And the beauty.
And that is so true. And that's cool because, like I said, I tell people, you can't teach what you don't know. And you can't know something until you learn it. And we're trying to teach stuff we don't know because we don't want to take time to be taught something and to learn something. So we sort of take the easy way out. In the meantime, those are gaps that are links that we're taking out. It's just making our chain or a lot weaker. And it's like, don't take stuff out, just make it stronger and go with it. But anyway, so now that we took so much time about everything but your business, how do they get in touch with you?
But to get in contact, and I'm all about, let's just connect, let's just have a conversation, because you never know where it's going to lead you. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, my website. Just, reach out, connect, and make powerful climbs up that mountain for the perfect view. That's what I say.
That is so cool. So thanks for the coming on. And I have all your information. Okay, I'll be honest. I've got a guy that's going to put all this information on the videos. See, I even collaborate with other people and say, he's good at that. I'm not good at that. Let's use other people. So I'm preaching I'm doing what I'm preaching, So, but anyway, thanks for your time. And I love what you're doing. And this is so cool. And I love the answers of your, to the questions. And like I said, that's why, I would definitely put you approve, or the Ronnie the Connector approved, because you're real, you love people, you love helping people and stuff. And I appreciate all that. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. And for everybody here that's watching this, get in touch with her. A good Southern name. You can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with that. Haven't got a story. but you can't go wrong with it. And just thank you, Ronnie, for this opportunity. And yeah, I'm loving the fact that I'm connecting with people across the pond, and it's just the start of all this networking. And bring it on. I am ready to meet and greet anyone who fancies it, who's a little bit curious.
Awesome. Well, again, my name's Ronnie the Connector, and thank y'all for watching what I'm putting together. And pray for me that it continues to do well, and I connect with people that can help me do this. But if you have any questions, you'll see my information. Call me up. However I can help you, connect with me, and we'll see you until the next time. Hope you remember to love one another, and also remember you love me. Talk to you soon.